What did you do in 2011? You left Arsenal to go where? Manchester City. And I asked you at the start of the show, or rather I told you that I was going to ask this question, so you've had 2 hours to prepare. Why did you leave? I mean, did you honestly see more success to be achieved with Manchester City, who at this point were very much on the up, than staying at Arsenal?
I've said that before. I gave my answer before, and to be frank, yes, I was thinking about silverware, and obviously when you speak with the owner, you know that the club is growing and they have eagerness to get silverware. The second fact is that also I felt at that moment that Arsenal was at the time Arsenal were trying to build a new team with people from England, young players from England. There were 5-6 players that they were trying to push, and that was okay with me. And in football, in a way, if you don't feel 100% wanted, then maybe it's the end of the road, And it was a time where we didn't win anything with Arsenal, and of course, you can point out the board because they were not investing or whatever you want to call it. But in the end, we were the guys on the pitch not having the results. So, when I said the end of the road, it wasn't just on my side, it was also from the club. I think they wanted to keep me, but not in the way that they really show me they wanted to keep me. They wanted to make room for new players coming in. And if I'm honest, it was the end of the road. But obviously, when I moved and I said that I was going for silverware, it didn't take me long to get my first trophy. After 10 months, I got it. And I think my choice was more than wise, and I was right to move. And if we look at all the players who left Arsenal around my time, most of us got something out of it. So I know Nigel is going to react to this. He's got a big smile on his face, but that's the two reasons.
I just have to say this, Gael. How much of a factor did you see Arsenal becoming softer Arsenal from your time being with the Invincibles and the characters and the personalities that were at that club, and you could see the transition happening to Arsenal going away from what made them successful and getting players in that you knew just weren't strong mentally and weren't really tough or good enough to represent Arsenal, play a factor to it?
But it's very hard, Nigel. It's very hard because you go from one generation, one area, who obviously, you can name them, Vieira, Bergkamp, Kanu, Henry, Pires, Campbell, Ashley Cole, and so on, Kolo Touré. I mean, it's very easy to go down from this, the mentality, the impact, the commitment. Those players were like done. They won everything with the national team. They've been on the circuit for many years. And obviously, when you hear someone like Thierry Henry who is saying, yes, I love playing with this new generation, which was us, saying, I know they're going to be great in the future, but right now, I want to win the Champions League, So that was kind of his word. And at that time, you realize that, okay, it's our time to be playing for Arsenal, but at the same time, you can feel within a few years that, it's not the same desire, We want to win the league, we want to compete, but you can see that the investment is not following. And I really think today in football, if you don't have the financial backup from the board, it's very difficult to go places. And when I look back now, after 15 years of my choice leaving Arsenal to City, you can see by yourself the difference between the two clubs. So there's no comparison because the story of Arsenal and all the young players they're bringing and the trophy they won is one thing. But over the last 10 years, it's very easy to do the resume of both clubs,
Yeah, and you did go on to win 2 Premier League titles at Manchester City. Just a really quick answer from you on this as well, Gael. It's been 10 years since you left. It's 2011 you joined Manchester City. Has Arsenal improved since the time you left till now?
It depends. Or, honestly, in football, it's not that easy of saying, yes, you're improving or not. When you have, you have 200 million every summer to bring on player, obviously you're going to have better results, and you have someone like Pep with funds available every summer. I mean, you know how much he spends. So I'm not saying it's easier, but obviously to have 2 world-class player on his position, it will be easier to get points. Arsenal is in a different situation where they use, young players. It takes time to develop them. So if you think that their objective is to bring in young players, then they're doing great. If you think they're playing to win the league, then obviously there is something going wrong, at the club. So it's for them to answer this. If we're talking in terms of winning title and qualifying for Champions League, obviously it's not good enough. So are they progressing in terms of what we can see as a fan from being outside the club? I wouldn't say they are, I wouldn't say they are. I trust Arteta because I do believe he's got knowledge and I think proven time and money available. I think he will be a great manager for Arsenal. Right now, if you ask me if they're progressing since I've left, it's very difficult for me to say yes.